Okay, so we're gonna be doing recording for basically the guns in MW2. This one's going to be the 74U. Now, this gun is not. It's not exactly desirable all the time. In all honesty, it's very, very close range type of weapon. It's not. It's not viable in a lot of these maps. At least in the beta, it's just not desirable in a lot of these maps. Especially nowadays, with camping being a huge thing now, especially in such large maps. There's just not much I can really say. The video kind of basically says it for itself. I mean, it is very good at close range. It really is. It definitely devastates in close quarters, but it's just not. It's not viable in long distance whatsoever, which you'll see pretty soon here. But it's not viable, especially when right now there's no attachments available. You're kind of stuck with the base weapon right now. When the game comes out, maybe it will have actual attachments, but as the beta, it doesn't have any attachments that you can use to put on. So, I mean, there's rare times like just now that you see where you're kind of just get lucky on the hits, but it's just, in terms of the accuracy, it's way better for close range. It's not. Yeah, it'll be a favorite to some people for sure, but it's just not. It's just not a lot of. Not a lot of range, not a lot of distance, not a lot of anything really. And as you saw there, there's definitely a glitch, at least what I think is a glitch, with the cameras. Either if you're too close to somebody else's camera and you try to use yours, it puts you into theirs. And then if you try to enter somebody else's, there's a high chance that you will get into an even worse glitch where you're literally stuck aiming up or wherever it is that you aimed. And you're basically stuck like that the entire time, the rest of the time until you die. Because why? I don't know. I don't know. It's just it's a very game breaking glitch, I think, in my opinion, but it's beta, it is what it is. But as you'll see here, this is where I get stuck in the same position. I tried throwing mine out to kind of see if I could get out of it, but I couldn't. I was stuck aiming upwards. I literally could not move at all. I could not move my left joystick whatsoever. It would not let my character aim move at all. So I would be careful with that. As you can see, right here is definitely a better example of not very good accuracy in range, but in short range, it definitely is very, very good. So, yeah. Okay, and then the next is going to be battle rifles now. Battle rifles, same kind of situation, very, very inaccurate. Especially if you put them in auto mode, very, very inaccurate. And just overall kind of difficult to kind of play with, honestly. I mean, if you have attachments on them, certain ones might make it a little bit easier, but at the same time, If you have a playstyle like me, it's not viable at all. It isn't. It's way too much recoil / kickback. Very, very inaccurate. Like, I couldn't even hit half of my shots most of the time. Like, if a single one. Simply because of the overall recoil / kickback. It's so inaccurate. I don't really know how to explain it. I really don't. This is just so difficult to play with. Like, it's not even like I like difficult, but when it's just too much, it's just a weapon no one's really gonna use, like, ever. Like, even in close range, like right here, even in close range, it's supposed to be a super, hard hitting weapon, but even in close range, a lot of the time you're not gonna get the kill. Just it seems too weak for a weapon that's supposed to be very hard hitting and just cool, a cool add-on to the game, but at the same time it's not. It really isn't. It has way too much recoil, way too much inaccuracy, and unless you're mounted, you can't really hit a lot of your shots. There's times like right here where if somebody doesn't know that you're there, of course you're gonna get the kill, but in most situations you're not gonna get the kill just because it's just not viable. It isn't, especially for someone like me who plays a specific style. It's just not viable. I'm sorry, but it just isn't. I mean, even when you're using certain attachments, they still feel underwhelming and not as powerful. Even with a sniper scope attached to it, it just feels not that powerful. Does not feel like what they were trying to strive for, I guess. I mean, especially when you have certain attachments, it leaves blind spots constantly. And as you can see here, I tried a couple of different kinds of attachments, and it still just isn't. It's not as hard hitting as it should be. It's not the way they were hoping for. Especially when you're talking about certain types of players, it's not viable, like I've said. There's some moments like these where you just kind of get a little lucky with your hits, especially when you're spamming it, but I mean, it's not viable. It isn't with someone like me. I'm sorry, but it just isn't. The next one here is going to be the M4 without any attachments. Now the M4, that's going to be another fan favorite, simply just because of how easy it is to honestly use. It's always been easy. That's why you get it at like level 4 or 5 when you first unlock attachments. It is how it is. I don't know what I was doing here. I was trying to find the UAV or whatever and wanted to shoot it down, but for some reason I could not find it on my screen. So I don't know why I spent so long trying, but oh well. I'm gonna leave it in the video anyway. But besides the point, the M4 is basically what you would think it is. It's decent, not too powerful, but not too crappy at the same time. Decent range, decent power. That's basically all I can really tell you about it ultimately. Of course it's going to be a fan favorite, just because, again, it's just easy to use. It always has been. whether it's long range when you have long range attachments on, or in short range, it gets you the kill as long as you shoot first most of the time. Sometimes it may not, but you know, it's just one of those weapons that's just always going to be easy to use. Whether it's you're using no attachments or you're using attachments all the time, doesn't really matter. But as you saw there, decent range. I don't know what's going on here. It's another glitch. Something's going on with the radar or something that I used or something. I don't know exactly what I did, but glitch. Here's a problem right here is they still aren't deciding to fix what they need to fix. Hit markers constantly are not even showing up. So yeah. Next up we have one of the first enemies. I honestly don't remember what this was called, but SMGs are SMGs. This one in particular, not a whole lot of range, but it's decent at close to possibly medium range. Could be better, but also could be worse. You can get lucky here and there with it, depending on the range and accuracy. But overall, it's a decent weapon. Like right there, I just didn't get the kill. But yeah, as you can see, sometimes it kind of sucks, sometimes it doesn't. As you can see there, the range kind of sucks, but I got lucky and still got the kill. I mean, there's not much to say about this weapon specifically. It's kind of, the footage kind of shows for itself. With attachments, it is a little bit better, however, still a little bit of issue, as you saw there, with not really always getting the kill. Sometimes it's just luck base. And for now, that is currently it. I will make another video on a couple more of the weapons once I have them available to myself. Peace.